Have you noticed your legs feeling heavier lately, like they're carrying invisible weights with every step? Do the stairs in your own home suddenly feel steeper than they used to, even though nothing's changed? Maybe you've caught yourself gripping the railing a little tighter, or pausing halfway up to catch your breath. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not imagining it. What's happening inside your body right now isn't just getting older. It's something far more specific and far more fixable than most people realize. Here's something that might surprise you: the weakness you feel in your legs, the shakiness when you stand, the heaviness when you walk may not be coming from your muscles at all. In fact, some of the very foods you've been eating every single day, thinking they're healthy, could be quietly stealing strength from your legs without you ever knowing it. I know that sounds hard to believe. But stay with me. Because today, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful foods that can begin rebuilding the strength in your legs naturally, safely, and without any complicated routines or expensive supplements. These aren't trendy superfoods you've never heard of. They're simple, accessible foods that work with your body's own rebuilding process. And the best part? You can start eating them as soon as today. But before we get to those 3 foods, I need to explain something critical, something your doctor may not have told you yet. Because once you understand why your legs are losing strength, you'll finally understand how to get that strength back. Your legs aren't just tired. They're starving. Not for calories, but for the specific building blocks your muscles need to stay strong, resilient, and responsive after 60. And without those building blocks, your body begins a slow process of breakdown. Muscle fibers shrink. Balance falters. Independence slips away, one small moment at a time. This might be the wake-up call your body has been waiting for. And I promise you, it's not too late. Now, I want to hear from you. If this message is speaking to something you've been feeling, if you've noticed your legs aren't what they used to be, type 1 in the comments below. If this doesn't sound like you at all, type 0. Your voice matters here. And your answer will help me understand exactly what you're going through. Let's begin. Let me tell you what's really happening inside your body right now, because once you see it clearly, everything will start to make sense. After 60, your body doesn't work the same way it did at 30, or even 50. And I'm not talking about wrinkles or gray hair. I'm talking about deep, internal changes that affect how your muscles hold on to strength, how your cells use energy, and how your legs carry you through each day. Your metabolism has slowed down. That means your body burns fewer calories and uses nutrients less efficiently. Your blood flow isn't as strong as it used to be, so oxygen and vital nutrients take longer to reach your muscles. Your joints have lost some of their cushioning. And perhaps most importantly, your muscles are now in what scientists call a catabolic state, a fancy term that simply means your body is breaking down muscle faster than it's building it back up. This is why you can eat the same meals you've always eaten, stay active, and still feel weaker. It's not your fault. It's biology. But here's where it gets tricky, and this is something most people don't realize until it's too late. Some of the foods you've been told are healthy, foods you might even eat because you're trying to take care of yourself, are actually making this problem worse. Not because they're junk food or fast food, but because they trigger inflammation, spike your blood sugar, or quietly leach away the minerals your muscles desperately need to stay strong. You're doing everything right. Or maybe you love a bowl of whole grain cereal for breakfast. Heart healthy, the box says. But for many people over 60, grains, even whole grains, cause silent inflammation in the gut. And that inflammation doesn't stay in your stomach. It travels through your bloodstream and settles into your joints, your muscles, your knees. It makes movement painful. It makes your legs feel stiff and heavy. You're not imagining this. You're experiencing it. And the worst part? You've been told these foods are good for you. So you keep eating them. Day after day. Week after week. And your legs keep getting weaker. But here's the good news, and I mean this sincerely: once you know which foods are working against you, and which ones are working for you, everything can begin to change. Not overnight. But steadily. Naturally. In a way your body will recognize and respond to. Because your muscles want to be strong. Your legs want to carry you. Your body is designed to heal and rebuild even at 60, 70, 80 years old. It just needs the right fuel. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've tried everything. Nothing works for me. And I understand that. I've heard that from so many people just like you. But what if the problem wasn't your effort, it was just the wrong information? In just a moment, I'm going to walk you through the 3 most powerful foods you can start eating today to rebuild strength in your legs. These are foods that feed your muscles exactly what they need. Foods that reduce inflammation. Foods that support your joints, your energy, and your independence. But first, I need to show you what to avoid. Because if you're still eating the foods that are silently stealing your strength, even the best foods in the world won't be able to help you. So let's uncover the hidden culprits, the everyday foods that seem harmless, but are quietly weakening your legs from the inside out. Let me start by saying this: I'm not here to take away all the foods you love. Wheat, whether it's white or whole grain, contains a protein called gluten. And for many older adults, gluten triggers low-grade inflammation in the gut. You might not feel it right away. You might not even notice it at all. But over weeks, months, and years, that inflammation spreads. It travels through your bloodstream and settles into your joints, your knees, your hips, your ankles. It makes them stiff, swollen, painful. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your knees were locked? Like you had to move slowly for the first few minutes just to warm them up? That's inflammation. And it could be coming from the toast you had yesterday. But it gets worse. Whole wheat also spikes your blood sugar, not as sharply as white bread, but it still spikes. And every time your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your muscles lose a little bit of their ability to hold on to energy. Over time, this makes them weaker, slower to respond, harder to rebuild. And here's the part that really matters: whole wheat is often fortified with iron. Sounds good, right? But after 60, your body doesn't regulate iron the same way it used to. Too much iron can build up in your tissues, including your muscles, and cause oxidative stress. That's a fancy way of saying it damages your cells from the inside out. So that healthy whole wheat sandwich? It might be one of the reasons your legs feel heavier than they should. If whole wheat has been a daily part of your diet, I want you to pay close attention to how your body feels over the next week. Notice the stiffness. Notice the energy dips. And then, in just a moment, I'll tell you what to eat instead, something that won't inflame your joints or drain your strength. But first, let's talk about the next one. Because if that breakfast staple surprised you, this next food is going to shock you even more. This one is going to be hard to hear. Because this food has been celebrated for decades as the ultimate source of potassium. When you eat a banana, your blood sugar spikes fast. And when it crashes an hour or two later, it leaves your muscles drained, your energy gone, and your legs feeling weak and shaky. But here's the part most people don't know. Bananas are high in potassium, yes, but they're also low in magnesium. And magnesium is the mineral your muscles actually need most to contract, relax, and stay strong. Without enough magnesium, potassium can't do its job. In fact, too much potassium without enough magnesium can cause muscle cramps, weakness, and fatigue, the very things you're trying to avoid. Have you ever felt a sudden cramp in your calf in the middle of the night? Or noticed your legs feeling rubbery after a short walk? That might not be a potassium deficiency. It might be a magnesium imbalance, made worse by eating too many bananas. And there's one more thing. As bananas ripen, they develop brown spots. Those spots mean the sugars are breaking down into even simpler, faster absorbing forms. The riper the banana, the harder it hits your blood sugar and the weaker your muscles feel afterward. I'm not saying you can never eat a banana again. But if you've been eating one every single day, thinking it's helping your legs stay strong, it might be time to reconsider. Because there's a better way to get potassium and magnesium, without the sugar crash. And I'll share that with you in just a few minutes. But right now, let's move to the next food. And this one might be sitting in your refrigerator right now, labeled as low-fat and heart-smart. You've been told to drink this your entire life. For strong bones. For calcium. for a healthy body as you age. I'm talking about milk, specifically, low-fat or skim milk. Now, I know this goes against everything you've ever been taught. But stay with me, because this is important. First, let's talk about what happens to milk when they remove the fat. They take out the cream, the part that contains fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D. But here's the bigger issue. Many adults over 60 have some degree of lactose intolerance even if they didn't when they were younger. Your body produces less of the enzyme needed to break down lactose, the sugar in milk. And when your gut can't digest lactose properly, it causes bloating, inflammation, and a cascade of issues that affect your muscles and joints. Have you ever felt bloated after drinking milk? Or noticed your stomach feeling uncomfortable, even hours later? That's your body telling you it's struggling to process what you just gave it. And here's the final piece: milk is acidic in the body. To neutralize that acidity, your body pulls calcium from your bones, the very thing you're drinking milk to protect. Over time, this can actually weaken your bones and muscles, not strengthen them. I know this is hard to accept. Milk has been marketed as the ultimate health drink for generations. But for many people over 60, it's doing more harm than good. So if you've been faithfully drinking a glass of milk every day, and your legs still feel weak, your joints still ache, this might be why. Don't worry. There's a better source of calcium and strength-building nutrients. And I'll tell you exactly what it is in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the next food. And this one hides in almost every packaged food you buy. Walk into any kitchen, open any pantry, and you'll probably find this oil. It's in salad dressings, marinades, baked goods, snack foods, even foods labeled heart-healthy or all-natural. I'm talking about vegetable oil, and that includes canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, and sunflower oil. These oils are cheap. They're everywhere. And they've been marketed as healthier alternatives to butter or lard for decades. But here's what they don't tell you. Vegetable oils are highly processed. They're extracted using high heat and chemical solvents, which damages the fats and creates harmful compounds. And once they're in your body, vegetable oils are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, your body needs some omega-6, but the modern diet is absolutely flooded with it. And when you have too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, the anti-inflammatory fat, your body stays in a constant state of low-grade inflammation. Your joints swell. Your muscles weaken. Your legs feel heavy and tired, even when you haven't done much. And here's the part that affects your strength directly: inflammation interferes with protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and repair muscle. So even if you're eating enough protein, if you're also eating vegetable oils every day, your muscles can't rebuild properly. Have you noticed that no matter how much you rest, your legs still feel fatigued? This could be why. The good news? There are healthier fats that reduce inflammation and actually support muscle strength. And I'll share those with you soon. But right now, let's move to the next food, and this one is especially tricky, because it's often labeled as diet-friendly and low-calorie. This food is everywhere. It's crunchy. It's low in calories. It's marketed as a guilt-free snack for people watching their weight. I'm talking about rice cakes and similar puffed grain snacks. They seem harmless, don't they? Light. Airy. Just a little crunch to hold you over between meals. But here's the truth: rice cakes are nutritionally empty. They contain almost no protein, no healthy fats, and very few vitamins or minerals. What they do contain is refined carbohydrates, which means they spike your blood sugar just like white bread or candy. And when your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your muscles suffer. They lose energy. They lose strength. And over time, they lose mass. But here's the more insidious problem. Many people over 60 eat rice cakes because they're trying to eat light or avoid heavy meals. But when you eat foods with no nutritional value, your body stays hungry not for calories, here's what happens over time: nutrients. Your muscles begin to break down. Because when your body doesn't get enough protein and nutrients from food, it starts breaking down your own muscle tissue to get what it needs. This process is called muscle wasting, and it's one of the main reasons people over 60 lose strength, balance, and independence. Rice cakes aren't helping you stay light. They're starving your muscles. If you've been reaching for rice cakes as a healthy snack, I want you to know, there are far better options. Snacks that actually feed your muscles and keep your energy steady. And I'll share those with you very soon. But first, let's talk about the next food. And this one is going to surprise you because it's often served at every holiday meal and Sunday dinner. The 3 foods you can start eating today to rebuild strength in your legs, support your muscles, and help your body feel strong and steady again. Let's dive in. You're not too old to change. I want to say something important before we finish today. If you've been feeling weak, tired, or unsteady, if you've been watching your independence slip away, one small moment at a time, I need you to hear this. It's not too late. I know you might have been told that weakness is just part of getting older. That stiff joints and heavy legs are inevitable. That once you hit 60, 70, or 80, there's nothing you can do but accept it. But that's not true. Your body is still capable of healing. Your muscles are still capable of rebuilding. Your legs are still capable of carrying you with strength, balance, and confidence if you give them what they need. And what they need isn't complicated. It's not expensive. It's not some miracle cure or secret formula. It's real food. Simple choices. Small changes. You spent your whole life being told what's healthy: whole grains, low-fat dairy, fruit juice, lean protein. And you trusted that information because it came from doctors, from nutritionists, from people who were supposed to know. But here's the truth, you're not losing strength because of age alone. You're losing strength because the foods you've been told are healthy aren't working for your body anymore. They're spiking your blood sugar. They're inflaming your joints. They're starving your muscles of the nutrients they need to stay strong. And once you stop eating those foods and start eating the ones that actually support you, everything can begin to change. Not overnight. But steadily. Naturally. In a way that feels real and sustainable. Underscore 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 underscore. Your independence starts with your plate. Think about what independence really means. It means standing up from a chair without having to brace yourself. It means walking to the mailbox without feeling exhausted. It means climbing the stairs in your own home without fear. It means keeping up with your grandchildren. Gardening in your backyard. Taking a walk in the evening without wondering if your legs will hold up. That's not too much to ask. That's not unrealistic. That's just life, and you deserve to live it fully, no matter how old you are. And the path back to that life starts with one smart choice at a time. Maybe today, you swap out your morning orange juice for a plate of scrambled eggs with spinach. Maybe tomorrow, you add a serving of wild-caught salmon to your dinner. Maybe next week, you stop buying whole wheat bread and start listening to how your body feels without it. These aren't dramatic changes. They're not sacrifices. They're just small adjustments, but they're the kind of adjustments that give your body permission to heal, to rebuild, to become strong again. Because here's the thing, your body wants to be strong. Your legs want to carry you. Your muscles want to respond.